So I was married for 10 years. I got married young. I was 21, barely, like 3 days, 21. Already had a baby. He was 8 weeks old at our wedding. And here we are 10 years later going through a divorce.
When you show so much love, people know how to manipulate you. You feel me? And I was getting manipulated by it's like, that's what really turned me into a man. I was like, oh yeah, all these for everybody. Oh mama, you can't trust, you can't trust nothing outside. Like,
you've been lied to. You've been told that if you get the money, you get the status, you work on your looks, women will treat you better. You've been told that you're the problem. There's something that's wrong with you if you can't find and keep a relationship with a quality woman. You've also been told that having charisma, being emotionally intelligent, having sexual prowess, being able to provide the luxury lifestyle, all this and much more will gain the satisfaction of a reasonably attractive woman. And not a supermodel, not a 9 or a 10, but a 7. Stephen A. Smith said get a 7 because they're the best women, right? And 7s can be debatable 8s. But you know who fits that category? Jada Pinkett Smith. And I don't envy Will Smith. You know who else fits that category? Marlon Wayans' ex-baby mama, 34-year-old Brittany Moreland. See, we've been told to become the best versions of ourselves, and then women will magically start acting right. And the only facts with that statement is that they putting on a act. The one that gets you to believe that you special. When I say never good enough, I'm not just talking about myself. I'm talking about today's Western modern man. That includes you, that includes Marlon, and countless other men that proves that flying too close to the sun while dealing with the Western modern woman won't do anything but burn your wings. So let's get into it. Marlon Wayans responds to ex-Brittany Moreland's filings for full custody of their 15-month-old daughter. Marlon Wayans' ex-Brittany Moreland has filed for full custody of their 15-month-old daughter. In court documents obtained by People, Moreland, 34, filed a petition to determine a paternal relationship with Wayans, 51, in the state of California. The actor, who has 2 children, Kai and Sean, with ex Angela Zachary, with whom he was in a relationship with from 1992 to 2013. He welcomed daughter Axel and signed a voluntary declaration of parentage on December 13, 2022, just 1 day after the baby girl's birth. According to the filings, Moreland is seeking full legal and physical custody of Axel, but is asking the actor to receive only visitation rights. That's fucked up, bro. That's how they do you too. This is what happens when you go through these processes with women who was only with you for that money. On Thursday, Wayans spoke with the Shade Room, responding to Moreland's legal filings. He said, all love, all God. The baby isn't a secret. The mama has been posted, but I chose to keep the baby's private life private, he said. Ain't nobody's business. Social media is toxic and dangerous, and I'd love to keep her peace. Facts. However, the actor said that he didn't like being named as a visitor to his daughter. He goes on to say, do you pay all that money per month to be called a visitor? Do the math. This is delusional. I'll let the lawyers and God do what they do. Wayans told the outlet, I'll be creating art from a broken heart. I got nothing but love. Even when it's bad, it's good. It's God. That's my guy. That's my guy, Marlon, man. Moreland is also petitioning for reasonable expenses of pregnancy and birth, that greedy bitch, as well as fees and costs of litigations to be covered by Wayans. In addition to paternity documents, Moreland, who is listed as an unemployed graduate student in California, submitted an income and expense declaration. She states that part of her monthly expenses goes towards providing clothes for the minor child. According to the documentation filed by the 34-year-old, Axel spends 95% of their time with me and 5% of their time with the other parent. Moreland is requesting $2,000 per month from Wayans for childcare so that she can continue working. Wayans also addressed Moreland's child support request in the paternity suit in conversations with the Shade Room. It's a classic case of a good, loving, responsible father shelling out over $18K per month for a 1-year-old, and an entitled woman decides she wants more, Wayans said. My mama and them would have lost their minds for $2K. Fellas, I've always said find the right woman, Why you broke? Because at least you know she's not a vagina hustling 304. This may sound crazy, but hear me out. Your best chance at a relationship surviving is when you don't know why the other person puts up with you. When you can't say, oh, it's because of the lifestyle I provide. Oh, it's because of my status. Fellas, when you can't provide the luxury lifestyle and you don't have status that somebody can socially climb, and your woman of like 5 or more years can still find it within herself to smile at you every day that y'all come home from work, that's what the high value man can't afford. That's what money and status can prevent you from having.
I was in a 5-year relationship 100%. Now, I just had to cut that shit off. That was the main reason. Right when she made the OnlyFans, I started cheating. I was like, shit. That's what really turned me into a man. I was like, oh yeah, all these for everybody. Oh mama, you can't trust. You can't trust nothing outside. Like, cause it's like, what?
She got a dad.
Yeah, she got a dad and a mom.
She over 30?
All that, nah.
Her parents
like
still
that.
together?
It be like that, bro. Straight up.
But you know, all that really doesn't matter. Like, all
all of it really don't matter.
Asking, like, does he have this or does she have that? It really doesn't matter.
No,
it's always gonna happen.
do matter.
Yeah, it's gonna happen to anybody. I ain't gonna lie. Especially, well, if you let it happen, it's gonna happen to you.
Yeah, it's
a lot of alpha males and it's a lot of people in the world that understand life for what the fuck it is.
Yeah,
at the time being, I didn't understand it. It was like, oh, this just this bitch. Like, you feel me? And I'm wasting 5 years of my life. Like, whoa.
You looking at it
emotionally.
emotionally.
I'm saying? I'm looking at it like, I love her, I love her, I love her, I love her.
Yeah, queen.
You feel me? When you show so much love, people know how to manipulate you. You feel me? And I was getting manipulated by a, like, it's like, but I went through that straight up. Like I ruined my whole career dealing with an OnlyFans, being loyal and everything. Nigga, right when I see that OnlyFans on my mama, nigga, I start, what? I'm cracking everything. Everything outside, nigga, on my mama.
Cracking everything.
Slowed you down, slowed your motion.
It slowed me down. It slowed my mindset down. Because I'm in love. Like,
yeah.
I love her. I want to have kids. I want to get married.
Love will do that to you,
straight
boy.
up. But that should have happened, and it'll wake you the fuck up, and you'll be a grown man. Like, hey, the bitch will destroy you, bro. The bitch will destroy you.
If
Especially
you let
when
her,
you're young,
yes.
and you feel like you missing something, and you feel like this is what you love. Bro, she'll put you through something. And they know how to manipulate you, too, because this is the closest person to you.
Life is a lot better.
You tell your bitch everything.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Damn.
He's got looks, he's got money and status, but couldn't stop a girl from doing OnlyFans. He's also young, under 25, which means that he's statistically the most unlikely man for a woman to end up with. A woman would be considered delusional if she held out expectations for a guy like that. Yet when they get one, we find out that he's just as NGE as the rest of us. He wasn't abusive, he wasn't ignoring, she wasn't complaining about him cheating. He also wasn't broke, and he didn't start F-boying until she started OnlyFans, and she didn't even need the money. He gave her attention, she wants more attention, NGE. He gave her the luxury lifestyle, she wants that, and the 304 lifestyle, NGE. God literally made Adam the perfect man, and Eve defied both God and Adam to entertain the ideas of a snake. Being the perfect man cripples you with a perfect heart. With a perfect heart, like Adam, you might be willing to self-sacrifice to save a fallen woman. And Adam saving a fallen woman, those actions has cursed every man living today. See, the very first book in the Bible tells you everything you need to know about the corruptibility of women and why they defy the good man. Good men saving fallen women are responsible for today's modern society. Let's go ahead and hear it from the Jezebel's mouth why it's okay to leave the good man.
So I thought I'd talk for just a minute about this divorce that I'm going through. Because I'm sure, just like I found some relatable advice through here, other people might relate to me. So I was married for 10 years. I got married young. I was 21, barely, like 3 days, 21. Already had a baby. He was 8 weeks old at our wedding. And I remember feeling like my marriage was temporary from the beginning. Like that I wasn't gonna make it. And I didn't know what that feeling was. I just thought it was cold feet, but it kind of manifested itself for the next 10 years. And here we are 10 years later going through a divorce. So he didn't really start this process. I guess it was more so me, because I was always looking for someone else because I didn't know how to be loved or how to accept love from somebody. And so while he was fighting for me, I was pushing him away. But I never truly accepted happiness. I left the good guy. I left the guy that everybody looks at and is like, that's a dad, that's a husband, that's how it's supposed to be. He did the dishes, he cleaned the house, he took the kids to school, he worked all day, he made good money, he supported us. I mean, yeah, we had our problems, but he was the good guy. So I'm here to tell you, it's okay to leave the good guy.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Y'all heard it.
Don't stay because he's the good guy. Leave because he's not the guy for you. Leave because you have to be happy. Because if you don't feel in love, then who cares if he's the good guy? And that is a harsh reality that I'm facing right now, and a lot of scrutiny from a lot of people. But it's okay to leave the good guy. I hope that helps you.
So if y'all really want to try to come up off a check off a man, I mean, you could just fuck an athlete. They're really done.
I'd like to thank everybody that watched the video up until this point. If you liked the video, don't forget to like the video. This video didn't have the jokes and the memes because it's not funny. And ironically, Marlon is one of my favorite comedians, and NGEnevergoodenough Wayans actually follows me on Instagram. And that's a big deal to me because I grew up watching these guys, and the last people I expected to reach with my shorts was a Wayans brother. See, I've heard Marlon talk about how he avoids marriage. And if he would have married this Britney girl, oh man, it could have been a lot worse. Marlon's child is being used against him to extract money from him, regardless of the fact that he's a good man. When Marlon said, "I'm creating from a broken heart," some people may laugh, but how many men are in the same position? You tell me, what hurts worse, a broken bone or a broken heart? You break your bones, a job will let you take off from work. You break your heart, you still expect it to show up and make it do what it do. No one can hurt you worse than your best friend and the people you believe love you. Women pretend to be your best friend and tell you that they love you, but be the first to betray you and then treat you like a stranger that just ran into their car. Let that sink in. Marlon is NGE.
Everybody's going to go through these kind of obstacles, things that make you want to turn back, things that make you want to quit. God's not trying to make you quit. God's trying to make you overcome an obstacle.